Previously on the podcast.
Both your parents had cancer.
Yeah. My mom and my dad both got cancer. My dad got cancer first. Like, it got me very angry. And I used to be like, man, God, like, why? God, you're supposed to be good. God, you're supposed to be protecting me and watching over me. And it was a very traumatic experience. I would get very depressed, very suicidal. But then he won. He had a bone marrow transplant. And by the grace of God, because of the prayers of my aunt and my uncle and my grandmother, even to this day, I always tell them that God kept you alive, man. It was by her prayers.
And then, so like right after your dad gets, by the grace of God, God brings him through it. Even though he's in rebellion, not really walking with God, God still had mercy on his soul. He did. Answered the prayers of the righteous. And then what happens after that?
Then my mom got cancer.
So it was like a spirit of death attacking your family.
It was back to back. Boom, boom.
Yeah, spiritual.
I lost it. Like, I remember losing my care. Like, I didn't care about baseball. I didn't care about school. I didn't care about nobody. And I was living in a house. And in that house, my next door neighbors were actually doing like Santeria. They would do rituals in the background. And they would cut heads of chickens and all white. And it was like a whole like festival. And they would sacrifice. They had fire pits in the background. And my house was right next to it. This is a small little house on the east side of Orlando.
Do you think that house that did the Santeria was like a whole demonic portal?
Yeah.
And they were like sending out spirits into that region.
Yeah.
And more than likely, it's like it affected your family because there were open doors because your parents, they were married.
Not married. And dad on drugs.
So like it was just open doors for the enemy to come in. It's like it went to your dad, covering, mom, second covering.
Me.
Boom.
Right when that happened, boom, like started hitting the streets, started smoking weed a lot. Like my cousin actually across the street where I had like a girlfriend, there was a neighborhood, and in this neighborhood, there was actually like a drug point. We call it the Punta. The Punta, right? La Punta, right? And La Punta was where everything would flow. Like, everything would just flow. You can get weed there, you can get coke there, heroin there, you can get pills there. It doesn't matter. Everything was there. He actually, my cousin started working for the dude. And when my cousin started working for the dude, it was like, man, weed was so accessible. Because he was lit, like
in your neighborhood.
It was a neighborhood across the street.
But it's in that area.
It's in the area.
So like walking distance.
Exactly. Like I walked across the street every day. Every single
plugs
day.
In your area.
Yeah. And my cousin became the plug. So bro, it was smoking weed was like secondhand. Like he was just like, yo, you want some weed? He would just throw it to me. He wouldn't even ask me. I wouldn't have to pay for it. I wouldn't have to. If I just hung out with him, I was smoking all day.
I mean, you live down the street, your family. I mean, he doesn't have to worry.
Yeah, and me and him were like close. Like that was like my older brother. Like he really like he protected me. He taught me how to fight.
So he discipled you.
Yeah, he discipled me. He taught me how to fight.
So you were vulnerable. Your dad got cancer. Mom got cancer. You're at that state. At this point, you gave up baseball, right?
Yeah, I gave it up.
You're just like, forget all this. Now you got your older cousin who you look up to.
Yeah.
And now he's discipling you.
Yeah. Took me under his wing. He taught me, how to roll a blunt, how to smoke it. I couldn't even smoke a blunt with him until I learned how to inhale properly type. You know what I mean? Like I would practice with the Black and Mild type of thing. And then, yeah, man. And like he actually started getting deep into like the drug dealing because he got put on. Like he got lit. Like even think about it now, like he found the plug.
The supplier.
Yeah, like and he was just pushing it. Boom. And then he went from like weed to the coke to the, he started pushing everything. Next thing you know, like, bro, he's balling out money and he stopped going to school. We went to the same school. He stopped showing up and he's just in the streets, like drug dealing. And he always told me like, yo, like if you ever, I got you. If you ever want to do something like this, like I got you. And that's when
was he gang banging?
Yeah, I remember the day that the whole gang thing happened is like the gang, like there was a local gang that's called there's just a local gang, right? And they would come by, right? And they were like actually like checking, like they kind of like G-checked the point, like yo, who y'all is? Because like the guy that came in, he just moved in and started setting up shop. And then my cousin just started pushing. So like they noticed, like the gang in the area, they're like, yo, what the heck? So they actually pulled up and was like checking it, like, who you? You know what I'm saying? Like this is our turf, what y'all doing? And what happened was they were like, look, this is what you could do. You could rather get down or lay down. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was just like, all right, I'm gonna get down. And I remember that same day they took him somewhere and they probably jumped him or whatever they do in the gang initiations. And my cousin came back, flagged up, put the whole team on, like, and that was the shift. Boom. That's when everything got really bad. Because even then right there, my cousin got down, boom, and then I was always with my cousin. So now my cousin wasn't worried about that gang wasn't worried about, like, they weren't about beef. Like that wasn't their thing. They were like money, like business, like, yo, put you on. Yo, young boys that are out here selling, serving, making money, stealing cars, chop houses. Like all this, like it was just operations. Like it wasn't like how gangbanging is how we think, right? Like just beef and and it's flashiness. Like they weren't trying to be in the scene. Like if you got smoke, like you was hot. Like they didn't want you to be all hot boy, trying to bring that attention over to them while they're trying to make money, trying to stay low. So like that's what my cousin was about. But then my cousin, he's a little hot headed, and other people, other gangs, they would try to like mess with him, and he would just start. He wouldn't take nothing from nobody. He would start beating people up, and then now he got beef, and then the beef ended up somehow getting on me, and then I had to. But then he was like, "Bro, I can't even help you because you're not down. Like you got to get down. You got to make a choice." And it wasn't even high school in 10th grade, bro. In Colonial High School, bro, everybody was gang banging, bro. It was everybody. Yeah. Everybody was Bloods over there, Crips over there, whatever over there. Everybody was ganged up. And if you didn't have a gang, you was low key just like this random person that would just like not have no people to protect you, bro. You had no protection.
So demonic, bro.
So like, it got to the point where I started beefing with some dude, right, over a girl. Right. And like, it wasn't even like, it was his girl and she was cool with me. So something stupid. It was petty. It wasn't like I was trying to do anything stupid. Like she was just cool with me. He didn't like that. So he was trying me on like Facebook, like going crazy. And I told him, I'm like, man, you can get it whenever. And I ended up seeing all of them at like a little nightclub, like a little teen nightclub that they had, and they jumped me. And that day after they jumped me, that's when everything, I was like, okay, I gotta do something about this. I ended up getting down with the gang.
With your cousin's gang?
With my cousin's gang. I ended up getting down. They initiated me and everything. I got jumped. They gave me a gun. They gave me a flag. They gave me weed to sell. Like you get put on. You get put on the block, bro. Like they're just like, here, bah, 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 you good. Just go ahead, go. And but they made it very clear. It's like, bro, we're about money. Be about money. Right, if you got problems or whatever, we could pull up whatever, but that's not the goal. You know what I'm saying? But then me, I wasn't doing it like that. I was like selling weed, yeah, whatever. I was smoking most of it, but I was really outside just like trying to get my payback. You know what I'm saying? Like fighting back and getting them other gang members jumped and moving like that. Like we got one of them dudes jumped at school, and then I was cool with like these other gang, and me and like the Crips and them was kind of cool with us. So we started kind of collaborating with them, and then it was just because, man, there was like a whole epidemic on the east side of Orlando about like Bloods, and like people from New York was coming down, and they were just like kind of raise up like little gangs and this and that. And then they had a whole little side gang that wasn't even really a gang, but ended up getting a covering of the Bloods. Like it was crazy. And they were like in parties, jumping you and fighting, and videos of people fighting all over the internet. And man, like you had to ride smart, you know? So I did a lot of fighting. We were like shoot up parties. We would like ride around and like go to the party, not to even go to the party, but to shoot the party up.
What made you shoot up houses?
So honestly, bro, it was just kind of like when you gang banging, it's all about getting yours, right? So it's like, yo, y'all got me, all right, I'm gonna get you. Oh, you at that party? All right, bet, come on, we riding. We're not even gonna go in there. We're gonna scope. Okay, they're in there. All right, we might send somebody inside. Who's in there? Okay, cool. You ready? Boom, 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 skrr, and just sliding out, shutting the whole party down to show y'all like, yo, and then later they're like, who was it? Boom, it was us. We did that. What's up? Right? But then our party gets shot up. Or like, bro, like people would get jumped. Like getting jumped was like, like you be just chilling, going to the grocery store, going to the gas station, and here they come, boom, hopping out the car, fighting. But it gave me a lot of PTSD. Like when I used to always be like, always looking, whose car is that? Who's that? Paranoid. Who you with? Who you know? Who you just told that you were here with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't trust nobody, because the thing is that my gang, like they were cool, but they wouldn't want to like get into it. Like when I started getting hot, like I was catching big smoke, like full on smoke with these people. They were like, nah, bro, you being hot boy, bro, we can't help you.
So your gang actually was like they put a block and like we're not gonna.
They're like, yo, we can't help you, bro. Like you being hot. Like we can't do that. So that's why I got a lot of love from like Crips. People at one point even thought I was a Crip because I was actually just hanging with them.
So you were jumped in as a Blood?
No, I was. It was technically folk.
Yeah,
technically,
folk, yeah, okay,
they're technically EBK, everybody killer, renegade, meaning that their own gang. So they didn't fall under a 5 or a 6. They weren't under like Crips or Bloods. They were East Side. Mm-hmm. They were
a local gang.
Yeah, it was local. It was more of like I said, it's more operations. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like they were more men of business, MOB, mob boys and all that. Like that was their thing. But, eventually they did end up helping me, and I ended up getting people ended up getting put in situations, and I eventually I had to leave the east side, bro, because it was getting bad. Like they started pulling up to my house.
Where you live with your mom and your dad?
Yeah, like my little brother, like one time they pulled up in like a red Honda, and they were parked outside my house blowing my phone up. And my little brother was right there, and I was like, I had a strap on me, bro, and I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm about to just go outside and let this thing go. Because I was like, how dare they come to my house? You know what I'm saying? Like they were crossing boundaries, man. And it was getting real bad. And once my mom found out about all this stuff, she found everything. She was like, man, we got to go. She packed up everything and we dipped.
And at this point, she beat cancer.
Yeah.
She beat cancer, but
she had just beat it.
So now your dad beats cancer, your mom beats cancer, but now your son is whole gang banging, like not playing baseball, rebel. You're a renegade. Like you just on some wild stuff.
And gang banging is a lot of witchcraft within gang banging, bro. Like the hand signals, the whole, like they have what's called knowledge, and they would write down codes to the gang and like pretty much what you had to live by. They would fast. They would like, everything was in like ebonics to like how you communicate, bro. It's straight. It's just witchcraft, bro. And now that I think about it, all of the ones that were in my game specifically, like, folk means for our Lord King Satan. Folks. Folks. For our Lord King Satan. I didn't know that. I was in a whole gang worshiping the devil pretty much. And they would throw up pitchforks. Like they would be like, you know what I'm saying? Like fall, right? Whatever, right? But it's demonic, bro. Like it's demonic.
They even wear the beads.
They wore the beads. And the beads had to get blessed. They got to get the beads blessed.
How do you get the beads blessed?
So like the beads had to get blessed by one of the like higher ups. Whether it be the OG, triple OG, double OG. Or like it usually is one of the like the women, right? So the men do a lot of like the labor, like the guns and the drug dealing and everything. But the women, what they do is a lot of the witchcraft. So the women would be all beaded up and they'll be doing protection on you when you go out and you selling weight. They would bless you and they would make sure that you were good and that you're not gonna go to jail and that you're not gonna get robbed or packages are gonna get pushed through, whatever.
They would bless you like, bro, this is crazy because it's making me think about when I was in the witchcraft. So, I was never gangbanging, but when I was in the Santeria and Voodoo, bro, like I had to get my beads blessed. Like I had to go to the shop, the Santero.
Yep.
And honestly, I remember it was a witch, bro. It was a bruja. And the woman, the witch, she would take the beads and put it in the Florida water, take the cigar smoke, like an old lady smoking a cigar, and bless the beads for me to go out and be blessed. And I had to keep like getting that renewal of the blessing. Yeah. Bro, I never put this. This is crazy.
And it's by rank. So like the more beads you had, the more deeper you were in.
Bro, it's the same thing with Voodoo and Santeria. Yeah.
And then they would make you do like, and you to gain rank, you would have to go deeper. So like there'd be times where they'd be like, yo, you got to go shoot somebody. Or like, yo, you got to go cut somebody. Or you got to go beat somebody up. Or you go steal a car. So like that's how you would gain rank. That's how you would get rep.
It's a Satanism.
Yeah. That's how you get rank. The more you would do, like, I remember there was one time there was like, I forgot who it was, some new people that they wanted to get down, bro. And the OG was pretty much straight up like, here's a strap. Go shoot somebody. And that was their mission. They would go on missions. And that mission is what you had to go do. And you had to come back and you would go with a member that's already a part of the gang and he would confirm if you did it or not. Like, it was crazy.
Bro, it's like an actual Satanism where it's not gang banging, right? Like, or technically, you have to sacrifice somebody. Yeah. They would tell you like you need to go sacrifice somebody, or you gotta. It's like all clicking. I'm even thinking about KKK. Mm-hmm. I like they'll sacrifice like an African American.
Wow,
bro. Like I'm thinking about all this. Even the Hebrew Israelites, they hate white people. I'm thinking right now, bro. Like when you get deep into that Hebrew Israelite stuff, you probably got to sacrifice a white person.
Yeah,
bro. It's like this is crazy. I never thought about how all this is the same thing essentially, but it's just named something different.
Right. Gangs is my God. The gang is just kind of like everything they do in the higher ups just normalized for society. Because gang really though, like it started off as like, like the people against the police.
I feel the Holy Spirit right now. Oh
like that's what it started. That's what the Crips and the Bloods and all of them, like that's what they started. They started to raise up the people because they were getting police brutality from the cops.
Like actual like it was wrong. Like out in LA and stuff like that.
It was wrong. They were trying to uplift the community, but then it turned into like this whole thing about like rep and street cred and drug dealing and it just but now, bro, it's just witchcraft, bro.
It's like that's where like the Black Panther movement came out of.
Yeah.
Like, and even like the Puerto Ricans in New York, they had their own like little rebellion too. Like even the Italians, bro, like at one point they were rebelling.
The mafia.
The mafia.
Yeah.
In order for the mafia to be successful, they weren't clean. They were murdering people left and right, putting people in trunks and chopping people up. Like in order to like be blessed in this type of these type of rebellious camps, you have to be a Satanist.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know it, you don't because they'll be, the Italians.
Yeah.
Catholic. It's crazy. I'm thinking about it all, bro. Because they even would do the beads things, and you get it blessed by a priest. Like this is all like, bro. This is crazy. I never thought about all this, man. Like, I just thought about it right now. Like even people who wear rosaries, bro. It reminds me of the Santeria beads. Yes. It's the same thing. This is crazy, bro. This is good.
Yeah, no,
that we're exposing it. Ephesians 5:11. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, rather yet expose them.
And it would demonize you, because that's how I got demonized, bro. Like that's where it came from. That's where the murder came from. Like I would be like scared, like, oh my God, I gotta go do this. Oh my gosh, like we gotta go jump this dude. Like, and right before we do it, I'm just like, and it was like, I felt the conviction. I knew that it was wrong, but eventually, as you continue to do it, I would just, let's go. You would get like, and if you ever notice, like, I don't know if you remember, like in the streets, bro, when you would talk to somebody like that, whenever they'd be like, what's up? Or something like that, you get scared. Like, do you remember like the fear they would put into you? Or like when you were around an atmosphere full with people that were like that, you could just feel it. Like you're like, yo, what the heck? Like, and it's not that they scare you, but it's like there's a demon on them that makes you fearful, because that demon has to be empowered. You have to let go of your fear. You gotta let go of you gotta ride. And you're not gonna be successful in the streets if you're not like that. So like that, I figured that out. I was like, bro, I gotta go crazy. Like, oh, like what's up? Like, and I would have conversations in the mirror with myself, and I would hear a voice being like, let me take over. Let me take over. And I remember like my eyelids would go black, and then it would go all the way to the bottom, and then it would just shoot back up. And I was like, because I remember I was smoking weed bro, I was so bad, bro. I didn't care, but when my mom said, my dad said, I didn't care, bro. I was like, bro, I'm smoking weed in my room. Like I was like that. Like, bro, what are you gonna do? Kick me out? Kick me out. I don't care. Like I was smoking weed. The weed that I would get from my cousin, I was smoking it. I'll open my window, I'll roll J, and I'll smoke like all night, listening to music. Right. And I remember one night, I think that pack was like laced or something. I think they started lacing the weed, bro. Something like that happened.
They're spraying the GMO.
They throwing like little sprinkles of like cocaine or something like that. They would do something to the weed, because I remember one night I usually would just smoke and go to sleep. Like that was like my routine. Mm-hmm. I would smoke a J, be high, be on my phone or something, go to sleep. Right. But that night I would smoke, and the more I smoked, the more up I got. And I was just like up. And then but I don't know what to do with myself. I went to the bathroom and I'm just plotting. I'm scheming, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Okay. Boom. I know where this dude live. All right, man, I'm going to do that. I'm like, and I'm scheming, bro, like demonically scheming, bro. And then I would think about this whole plan that I'm going to do. And then I'd be like, nah, I can't do that. Nah. What if I go to jail? Like, nah, bro. Because if I get caught, like what happens? I'm like, and I start kind of like copping out. And then like that voice, I went to the bathroom and I was like, and I was looking at myself in the mirror in my eyes, bro. And that voice was like, bro, you got to do this. Like, it's time. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to ride? Or are you going to let them punk you? You going to think that like, hey, bro, and they would talk to me like that. And in my head, I'm just like, nah, I'm going to ride. Like, come on, let's go. Like, yeah, like, and I was like, come on. And then I literally heard it say, let me take over. Right, let me take over. And I remember saying like, okay, go. And I would like allow it. And then like the darkness would try to come over my eyes, bro. And then like, it was like a little light would, and it wouldn't let me. I tried it like 3 times. I was like, okay, I'll try it again. Okay, come on. Take over. And I was just like, zzz, and it was like, and I was like, bro. I kind of snapped out of it. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, bro, I gotta go to sleep, bro. And because I had to go to school the next day, go to sleep. Bro, but like it demonized me, bro, where I was on go. Like I was on go. Like people that know me, like growing up, I was wild, bro. Like
you shifted.
Like I was, I didn't care. From
like a good kid, like normal sports, just trying to get like little girls and look fly, just be chilling too. Like you just shifted.
Diabolical, bro.
And do you think the secular music had like a lot of influence on you?
For sure.
Like that would be like almost like your demonic worship.
Yeah, because I would listen to music and everything I did. And we was riding.
Who are some artists?
So growing up, a lot of Wayne. I listened to a lot of Wayne. I listened to a lot of Gucci. Younger growing up, I'm talking about like 9th grade.
You listen to Gucci? I mean, you're in Florida.
Yeah, man. I was listening to Gucci. I love Gucci. I loved Lil Wayne was my main guy. And then I would kind of tap in a little bit with like, then Drake came out. Drake came out like at 9th grade for me. It was like 20 something, 2008 or 10, something like that. I don't know. Whenever Drake came out.
It was, like, he blew up in 09.
Yeah, like it was like best I ever have. Like best I ever had. That's when that came out. And then, but I was listening to like Wayne, Drake, Gucci, Jeezy. I listened to some Jeezy, some Snowman when he was rocking the Snowman.
Yeah, that Jeezy was blowing up. Like
Jeezy was fire.
04 to 08, and then 09. That's when he started coming out. The recession.
Yeah,
that recession
with Akon.
Yeah, he blew up. He was big, bro. He from the Atlanta, but in Florida, he was a huge influence on the community, bro. Yeah. All the trap star, like
Plies.
Plies blew up too. Yup.
It was on that era.
Yeah,
Waka came out around that time
Waka
too.
Flame, that's when French Montana, Max B were like kind of low key, but they started blowing up.
Yeah, so all that music really, like, bro, I would listen to music and everything I did. I'd be smoking weed, listening to music. If we about to ride, we're listening to music.
You have to.
Like, the music would encourage us to go hit.
It would like almost like the fear would kind of go away, because then you'd be like, man, they're doing it too. And then for me, it was like they're doing it too. They're successful. Man, I can get to that point. Like subconsciously, I'd be like, this is what I got to do as a man. Like, I got to do this. Like, I can't, like, if I don't do this, I'm not a man. Like, I'm not.
It was the reputation.
It was the rap, bro.
Because everybody's watching.
It's all fear, though. It's all fear-based.
Yeah, Facebook, school, like being at school, being on Facebook, everybody was watching.
Bro, and that's what's happening with the kids. Like, it's worse now. Because now with the internet, bro, like, now it's like back in our era, it was like kind of word of mouth, like, they would talk about you like in the song, whatever. But now like they're putting it on the internet. Like, look at me, I'm about to drill 14. Like that would have been us if we were in their era. Yeah. Like now it's like, oh, you about that life? Put it on video then. Now the demons got them bold, bro.
You record yourself doing it.
You know, it makes me think about 1900 Rugrat. Like, you know, the young kid from South Florida. It's like, bro, you look at his stuff from the past. He wasn't really like that. He shifted. It's like, you have to shift.
You got to be about it.
You got to murder. You got to hit a lick. You got to cross your homeboy. You got to try many girls and
jump them. You got to jump people. You got to show you. You got to show, bro. And it's like crazy that sin empowers a demon. And because you're rejected and because you don't know Jesus and you have no power, that rejection just gets fueled by the pride and the anger and the depression and the anxiety.
Talk about that, man.
Bro, it just literally just... And it enrages you and empowers you, bro. Because I remember, like, bro, I wasn't the same, bro. Like, I wasn't the same. Like, people would see me, and I was like, you could see it in my eyes, bro. I would be like tweaking, like, what's up, bro? Yeah, like, it'd be a flip of a switch too. Like, somebody trying me, like, what? And it's like, it just comes up, and it's just like, it's demonic, bro. Like, I would take off on people, bro. I would rob people, like, just like, yo, you ain't getting this back. Like, yo, yeah, let me see that. Oh yeah, nah, you ain't getting this back. What you gonna do? Fight me? Come on, fight me. Like, it was like that. Like, bro, we was like, oh, he's trying you? Come on, we pull up on him. Like, bro, when I went to Lake Nona, forget it. I had a field day in Lake Nona. I got to Lake Nona, we robbed every plug that anybody ever knew.
Because Lake Nona is like more like upper class.
It's more like urban, you know, kids that are like
suburban.
There we go. That's the word. Suburban. So we started robbing everybody. We started like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really wreaking havoc because like you go from the east side being all like
Colonial's hood.
Yeah, it's hood.
To Lake Nona, that west side?
I don't know what side it is. Yeah. It's a long road, Narcoossee Road, just like goes up but them kids, they ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't really about
there was a couple of them like that, but it wasn't like that for real. So like we really just, it was an opportunity for us. Like for me and whoever boys I had out there, we was lit, man. But
you was taking what you learned on the east side to that area and like trying to like start your own thing.
Yeah, I pretty much just, they knew. We would fight, like, bro, it was like at that, when I got to Lake Nona, I got to chill because I didn't have to worry about people pulling up on me. I didn't have to worry about people coming up in the car, hopping out on me.
Other people about that life.
Yeah, like bro, pulling up, shooting, like trying to stab you with a knife or.
You low-key had rank in the spirit with the demonic.
Yeah.
And you knew, and like subconsciously you knew they didn't.
Yeah.
They weren't about that life. They're not gonna fight you. They're not gonna shoot at you.
They're not gonna fight you. That's why the rob, like, it wasn't even robbery for her. It was just taking stuff.
You had a whole encounter with the devil while taking psychedelics.
Yeah. As he would speak, like, I would see what he was talking about. I seen money. I see myself on a tour bus. He's like, you can have all that tomorrow. He's like, just come with me. Like, everything around started like intensifying. This is what you always wanted. This is what we've always wanted. Gangbanging is a lot of witchcraft. And now that I think about it, all of the ones that were in my game specifically, like, you know, folk means for our Lord King Satan. Folks. Folks. I was in a whole gang worshiping the devil pretty much.
They even wear the beads.
They wore the beads, and the beads had to get blessed.
How do you get the beads blessed?
So, like,
because of the drugs, you ended up actually missing your first child's birth in the hospital.
Yeah. I couldn't stop. I wanted to stop, bro. I was so self-destructive. These habits have overtaken me now. It just became who I was. Like,
you were oppressed with demons.
Yeah, bro. Like,
tell me about the one time you got possessed by a demon and actually physically abused your wife.
We went to my boy's house one time and we were drinking, but then like one time she was like something about a boy, some dude, something in her past, something like that triggered me, bro. And we were drinking and I stopped talking to her and I shut down, but then I blacked out. She said that like I was like a whole different person. Like, she didn't even know who I was. I don't remember. I was so like, oh, like so like angry, and like I was like punching the wall and like punching the car, and like I remember the next day after that night I was like, yo, what the heck is my wife is telling me all these things that I did. I used to think that she would like over exaggerate.
Crazy, because like if you go to a liquor store, it says wine and spirit. I think it's the spirit called akule. When it enters you, it's a spirit that can possess you.